We shall respond. We shall respond. What the absolute. It just went hot, and it's about to get a lot hotter. It is about to get really bad, really quick. We've shown you videos from our community and tanks being moved all over the country, which are now at port and desert painted. Of course, we have shown you emails and, of course, videos from our military group, movements of equipment. We have talked about massive drills and exercises, members getting deployments at the last minute to the Middle East. We've talked about this for years, and now it's here. We've covered over 100 plus attacks, and now some are saying that it's upwards of 150, all without any kind of retribution, or at least not a significant one. Now it's here. JB, our president, says we shall respond to the drone strike after Iran-backed group kills 3 U.S. troops in Jordan. Now, I've talked about a long time about how over 100 different attacks, somehow, miraculously, we did not lose a single soldier. There was traumatic brain injuries, there were all sorts of other injuries, but there wasn't actually anyone perishing. Now, 1 soldier is enough to start a war. We have run through this scenario for months and talked about exactly this. Now we have 3. Sergeant William Rivers, Specialist Kennedy Sanders, and Specialist Breonna Moffett. Those names may go down in history books because they may just start World War III. More than 40 were injured in an attack, a number that could possibly continue to increase. What they say happened was a drone struck a barracks where soldiers were sleeping. It says the drone approached the U.S. military outpost, Tower 22, around the same time an American drone was returning to the base. That's an important note because that's part of the reason they didn't take it out. Because there was a U.S. drone headed back to the base, there was uncertainty over whether it was hostile or not. And it caused a delay to the U.S. response, or at least that's what the 2 U.S. officials that told about it said. The enemy drone followed the American drone as it approached, but it is not clear whether the enemy drone intentionally followed the American drone or if it was a pure coincidence, one of the officials ended up saying. The enemy drone also flew low, which allowed it to evade the base's air defenses, said the U.S. officials, and they are also assessing the drone's point of origin. Now, these are part of the things, well, how did this happen? Why didn't they knock it out of the sky? Well, they're saying that it just happened to come at the same time as this other drone. This is a huge deal because now we have 3 soldiers in active war who have now perished. And now, as of now, they are saying that they are going to be making a statement. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said, "I would argue that we have not seen a situation as dangerous as the one we're facing now across the region since at least 1973, and arguably even before that." You can, of course, wiki what he's talking about there, which is the Yom Kippur War, but essentially he's saying it's tense right now. As early as tonight, President JB will authorize U.S. military action in the Middle East. We don't know yet where the target is. As of the taping of this live, it has not occurred or could be happening as I speak. Now, again, there hasn't been information. It's been very hard to find when he is actually going to say, or if he's going to end up saying, oh, actually, we found out that this was something else. Now, they could try to put this under the rug, say it was something else, but it would be a little bit hard to do considering what's come out. Now, why have things come out? Mind you, as far as because 3 soldiers perished, they could have kept that from the news for days, possibly weeks, if they really, really wanted to. For national security, they can pretty much do anything and everything. So this is very, the right away kind of release of this information may be purposeful. We don't know. But this is scenarios that we've talked about for a very, very long time. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin on Monday vowed that the U.S. would take, quote, all necessary actions to defend its troops. Of course, JB stressed that they don't want a war with Iran, but everything out of all of the politicians' mouths are basically just fodder. It says, but most believe otherwise, right? And with all the wars forming right now, if this goes the wrong way, the U.S. military could be stretched the thinnest it's ever has been on multiple fronts. How will the U.S. support war in the Middle East, NATO, South Korea, Philippines, and Taiwan at the same time? And that's not even mentioning Haiti. That's not mentioning Venezuela and Guyana and wherever else our troops may be in the near future. That's just what is happening right now. All of these wars have all picked up on a roller coaster all at the same time. And you guys all know this. But again, there are a lot of people that really don't like to pay attention, or they purposely try to ignore it. Right now, we are headed into the hot portion of World War III. And I believe that in the next couple months, it's going to even get worse. Not only because of the obvious reasons, most of us think that there's something fishy going on, but on top of that, everything, all of the patterns, all of the money that is being spent right now, everything is happening right now. It's the same actions that happened right before Russia ended up invading Ukraine. You see a lot of the same things. You see military movement. Now you're seeing that they're actually asking for blood draws. They're saying that they're horribly short for it. They are massively producing weapons at Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, and every other company, Boeing, and all of the rest, to the point where people are working so many overtime hours that they're basically living at work. So this is about to get crazy. So this is very, very important. We have opened up a 24/7 hotline to extend beyond our military group to anyone and everyone. There's a lot of public information out there about everything that's happening right now, but unfortunately it's compartmentalized and it's scattered. The fact is, this is a puzzle, and unknowingly, you guys may have a piece to this puzzle. So please keep the message under 3 minutes when you call 2244-006273, and I'm going to put that number back on screen, and we're going to have this open 24/7. You can actually leave a message, and again, this is going to be something that we hope that if you do have information that is crucial, that you will get it to us. Again, we don't want information that will get you in trouble, so use your own discernment for what you share, and we will use ours for what we relay. If you just found us, make sure to subscribe, or you may miss any important updates or intel that the community may provide. Again, make sure to call in at 2244-006273. We will be updating you on all of the other things going on here, so make